Welcome back, guys, to episode number 5. I believe this is episode number 5 of the Intellectuals Roundtable. Reporting in at 5 a.m. It's currently 5 a.m. for us right now, and we're up here just recording another podcast episode, joined by your host, Jamie and Junta, both founders of Intellectualism. You can go check us out at Intellectualism. That's at YouTube, where we do like mainly full length, kind of like Andrew Huberman type style, some improvement type content, because Huberman mainly does topics on health, like how to increase your focus or some bullshit where he just tackles one problem at a time, right? He solves the problem of not being able to focus, being dehydrated. He has topics on that. You can basically think of our channel as Huberman, but for self-improvement. So we also solve like one problem for a self-improvement topic. For example, it could be building muscle at home. That's a problem that many people struggle with. Synthesizing. Many people want to get into the synthesizing space, like actually learning and applying knowledge as fast as possible. What do we have? Like attention span, where we actually break it down, how attention span works and how these softwares steal your attention and what you can do about it. All these topics. So if that's what you're interested in, go check us out at Intellectualism at YouTube. You can go search it up, Intellectualism, and you should find us. If not, you know where to go, right? Basically, there should be links around here if we figure it out by then, because we're still new to this podcast space. But anyways, let's dive into today's video. Today's video is going to be something quite interesting because it's something that I heard, I think a few months back at the start of the year from one of my mentors. And it really just changed our entire perspective until the point where it became toxic in a way. But we fixed that. And that's basically is everything has a price. No matter what you do in this life, everything has a price, right? And obviously, you're going to listen to this right now and be thinking to yourself, well, yeah, right? Everything is a price, nothing is free. But really think harder about that, because even the free things where it looks like it's free, it's actually paid. And it's paid by invisible price tags like your time or attention. And what do you think about that? Because truly, I'm starting to see it now. I'm starting to see all these invisible price tags that they put on there, even though they claim it's free, because the truth is nothing is free, right? What do you think?
the apps that the apps that you use, the free apps, on Play Store or whatever you're using on Apple or your PC, all these free softwares, they'll say this shit free, 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 free. But it's not free because as Jimmy said in the attention span lecture, you pay with your time and your attention, basically your attention span. You pay your dopamine receptors or whatever they are called, dopamine waveforms, and you'll notice that the ads might seem like harmless stuff, right? And them collecting your data. That's obviously a very big thing in Google and YouTube and everywhere, every social media. They grab your data and they give it to advertisers. I was an advertiser before, so I know. They can go extremely specific. And this is why like what Jimmy said, as mentioned, lecture, why you suddenly see like Bugatti in front of you and you're like, "Ooh, what the fuck? I was searching Bugatti one day ago. Why the fuck a Bugatti appear out of nowhere?" This
Yeah.
is literally the reason.
A lot of people joke about it. I used to see a memes on it like, oh, I was just talking about Bugatti with my friend. I saw it like an hour later, right? They're joking about this shit, but this is like, I used to come, I lived both worlds. I lived a world as a consumer. I lived in a world being a producer, which, we currently are right now. And being in a producer's mindset of really viewing things really just helped me, because when you're there and you're doing the free shit, you don't you see things differently. You're actually not there. You're like, yeah, this is not free. Because yeah, they say everything is free, right, Jutta? We use a lot of free software and stuff, but then they
Yeah.
put all the ads, right? And you may think, oh, a little ad's not gonna hurt anyone. That's why it's not free. It's because it's free, yes, but you're paying with your data, right? Because they will always ask you, can we collect your data? And you don't fucking read it, do you? You just press yep, accept whatever, and then you see some random fucking ads and stuff. You're not paying with actual money. You're paying with something invisible, like your data, which they can actually use to more personalized ads, create ads that you will click on, most
Mhm.
likely to click on. Am I right? That's why they collect your data, right? That's what
Mhm.
you're paying with. So you have chances of buying bullshit from ads. And now you may say that, oh, I use ad blockers and some bullshit like that. But that's not the point. Because either way, if you're not paying them with your data, you're still paying them with your time, your attention, your dopamine receptors. Let's say you're on YouTube and you think you're a genius because, yeah, I use the blockers and stuff. But bro, you're not a genius. You're still paying with your dopamine, right? You're
Highly
still
edited
paying with your
content.
attention span. What?
I mean the highly edited content. That's the thing. You can't block that.
Yeah, but you have to start really seeing yourself in this new mindset of everything has a price, right? You need to really start evaluating how you're spending your time, because you have to think of your time and attention as like a currency. right? Every single day, you're actively paying with your time and attention. And bro, we don't have as much time and attention as we think, bro. So you should not be spending it like you're a time or attention millionaire, because no one is, right? Everyone has the same set of currency every day. We all have the same set of 24 hours. It's the ones that use it wisely is what determines their success or their downfall. Am I right, Juna? What do you think about that?
I mean, I would even say, not even I would say, I definitely believe that our time and attention is even more expensive than money because it's not something you can grab back. I know some cringy shit like, oh, you can't get back your time. I mean, it's true, when you waste, like, for example, yesterday, if we wasted a whole day, we wasted a whole day. We can't do anything about it. We can't buy back money. We can't have, even though we're a millionaire, billionaire, we're Bill Gates. So what? The universe is not gonna suddenly reverse time for you, even though you have $1 million. You can't go to the fucking temple, throw in $1 million. Zeus, I want you to reverse time right now. Nothing's gonna happen, you know? So you spending your time on YouTube, on social media, on all these stuff is you just wasting your whole life away, which as many people say, you only live once. And you definitely don't want to be spending your 10,000, no, I don't know how many hours, like 200,000 hours in
About
life.
4,000.
Huh?
About 4,000, I'm pretty sure.
4,000
Like,
hours?
no, no, not 4,000 hours. 4,000,
Days,
4,000
right?
weeks makes
Oh,
sense.
4,000 weeks. Yeah. You don't want to be spending like 70% of your 4,000 weeks, which is probably around 3,000 weeks, just doom scrolling, just watching YouTube, looking at things that which we should talk about right now, looking at things that you don't actually like to see. Instead, what you actually want is what is in the video itself. For example, Jamie used to really like watching UFC fights. He was always very excited about it, the events and shit. I remember I told him once, like, dude, you don't fucking want to watch it on YouTube, bro. You want to be in the ring. You want to be in the ring fighting in the UFC, having being that cool guy knocking out people, fucking I don't know what they call it, the strangle shit. You want to be doing that. You don't want to be watching them fighting and then yeah, championship, weight, body, whatever, weight champion, I don't know what. You want to be that champion. You want to be the guy that you don't want to be watching them doing it. You want to be that guy. It's the same for why you watch anime, right? It's because you want to be the guy in the harem. You want to be the guy that has four fucking girls, beautiful looking women around him all the time, trying to get his attention and time. You want to be that guy.
It's kind of like video games, you know? It's kind of like when you play the fucking Call of Duty or the shooter shit. It's because you want to fucking use a gun, but you're a fucking pussy, bro. Right? You're a fucking cuck in there, actually being too scared of a gun, so I'll play in reality or some bullshit. And this is the same thing with porn. You don't watch porn because of like you wanna fucking be a me. You don't wanna be that guy in the fucking thing. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's honestly some facts. And I want to just elaborate further on the time thing, it's the most important currency. And that's some true shit, As a kid, or even right now, you watching this right now, you may be thinking like, yeah, whatever, man. All my teachers, they used to tell me on. To be fair, right? Let's be real, your teachers who are actually telling you that, they don't even know what the fuck they are talking about because they're not even using their time wisely, bro. You know what I mean? But that's like a separate different topic, right? The teachers are fucking around, but when you start to really, achieve and embark on your journey to greatness, you really start to see. You may not see it now because it takes like time and experience. Because I was once in that position, but now I really view like your time and your attention as a currency that's really important. Because the truth is, you cannot get that shit back. No matter what you do, you cannot get that shit back. No one can get it back. Doesn't matter who the fuck you are, you can never get that shit back, right? And you have to just use it wisely. Unlike your money, right? Money is something that you can get it back. No worries, just work a part-time job, you'll get it back, right? And that's why there's a whole concept of people doing like passive income and all that bullshit, right? But Junda, what do you think about this whole concept of just money?
Sorry, give you one moment. There's fucking Discord notification popping out of nowhere. I think our client is messaging us, but anyhow.
That's
Um,
really good testimonial shit going on, but I'm just getting off Discord because that's the podcast time right now. I don't know why we had notifications, but what do you think about that? I think you should definitely get off.
yeah, I already got off. I turned on do
Yeah,
not disturb
I
because
just got off.
I deleted I tried to close it and then fucking popped out again. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
But yeah,
But
what do you think about that? Because it's truth. If you want money, you can literally get it. No worries. Anyone can get it. Let's say you're over the age of 18 or 17 or some shit. Anyone can get it. You go work at McDonald's, you get money back. Easy, right? When it comes to time, you can't get it back, right? You have to understand that you cannot get that shit back. And you may be thinking, oh, I have many years ahead of me and shit, but like, years is not the point, it's the time that you spend. I cannot get the times that I spent fucking around. I can't do that. But
Yeah.
for if I wanted to get more money back, I could go work a job or some shit like that. I can, right? That's the difference. Is one you can get it back and one you just can't.
And I know that most people probably you're probably like us in the past, like, I can't work a job, I'll never work a job. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm supposed to make money online. So no matter what, I cannot make money offline. I have to make money online. If you're one of those guys who tries his best to make money online but never makes money online and thinks that he will never work a job because of ego reasons or anything like that, and rather spends a lot of his time trying to work a business but sees himself. I mean, basically the point is like what Jamie said, money you can always get back. You know, you can always become rich anytime. My father became rich when he was 50 plus years old. You heard of KFC before, right? The guy opened KFC at like 60 years old. He opened KFC at 60 years old. So, and he spent and wasted a lot of his time before that just fucking around. And of course, he wasted that 60 years. But money, he got it back. He got a lot of it back at 60 years old. So, the time and attention being our important currency, I still don't fully understand the concept, even though I heard of it like 10,000 times already. Like, yeah, time you can't get back, attention you can't get back. Even though I don't fully understand it, and even though you might not fully understand it, sooner or later you will understand it, how important your time is, the older you get. Because right now, if you're very young, you probably don't give a shit about time. You know, you see kids in the playground, they don't count time. They just want to have fun. You know, when you're at high school, you want to have fun, you want to fuck girls, you want to do shit, but the time that you spend now when you're young is what's going to determine the quality of your life in the future. You know, a lot of people, this is probably a bit of a different topic, but I want to talk about it anyways. My father told me that, you know, when you're young, when you're very young, you should be working your ass off. You should not be spending the time enjoying your youth. You know, they call it probably in anime a lot as well. Like you see the high school guys dating high school girls on this cute ass romance shit, but that doesn't exist in real life. Maybe it does exist in real life, but it's a massive waste of time, you know, to waste your time, your youth on fucking girls for a decade or just wasting your time on gaming or all this stuff because if you do that, you're gonna be working at McDonald's when you're 40 years old or some shit. Or maybe just a corporate job or with low pay and not climbing the ladder and shit, just slaving yourself, you know, because you spend your whole college fucking girls and not really giving a shit about studying. When you're young, this is the best time. You know, this is the best time for you to grind your ass off. This is the best time for you to pay the price for success because when you're old. You know, you're weak. You can't actually like sleep deprive yourself too much anymore. You can't really push as hard as you want anymore because your mental and your physical is just much more weaker because you've wasted all that energy, you know, all that youth energy, all that youth power on maybe drugging on women and all this bullshit. So really pay that price when you're young, man. Really pay that price. It's gonna really pay off. This is literally why we created intellectualism in the first place, is because we really understand that we don't want to fucking work at McDonald's when we're old. We don't want to see ourselves working at McDonald's at 28, 29 years old. We want to make sure we are on, we're in Japan at 20 years old. We are actually rich. We don't have to worry about money. You know, we paid our price when we were young. We've been paying this price for 4 years now or 5 years now. Why? It's because we don't want to pay that price later. We want to pay it now. We want to pay it with full tax. You know, I mean, is there anything you want to talk before I talk about a different analogy, Jamie?
Well, yeah, what you spend your time on in your youth is extremely important. That's why you see a lot of people, when they want to get, especially pianists. I heard about this in pianists. People who play piano, you cannot become a really proficient pianist, like world-class pianist, if you start playing piano at fucking um 30 or 20, like world class. I'm not talking about like hobbyists where you just play like casual songs, like the songs that me and Juno want to play. I'm talking about like you perform on the stage type of stuff, like those people in the stadium. Those guys have been doing it ever since they were kids. You know what I mean? So it's the kind of shit that you have to use your youth wisely. You know what I mean? Because this is the most important time, and this is why you see a lot of people, right? They keep fucking around when they're young, they keep drinking. They say, I'm still young, I can tank this and stuff.
Yeah.
They fucking fuck themselves up, and look at what happens when they're older years, when they're fucking older, right? They have some fucking joint issues, liver issues,
Mm.
hand issues, and fucking legs is destroyed and shit. So really don't fuck around like that, you know what I mean? Sure, have fun when you're youth and stuff, but when it's time to actually get down, to actually work, get that shit done, stop fucking around, you know. Don't think that you're young and you're invincible, because yeah, sure, now you can take it, but hey, it's gonna carry with you, especially when you go older and stuff like that, and you want to be careful of that. But yeah, Jenna, please continue with your analogy, because so far I'm agreeing with this shit. It's just like time in your youth really matters. It's the same shit with the pianist, right? You go and tell like a person that you want to become a grand piano performer or some shit when you're 30, they're gonna laugh at you. Like, bro, you're gonna start today, like what the fuck, bro? It's literally just not fucking possible. I don't fucking care who you are saying like, oh, I have a dream, and stuff like that. Like, these guys, it takes an extremely long time. It takes extremely long time to get there. You think you can shortcut your way in just a couple of years? Like, who the fuck do you think you are? Even the best mentors in the world, to get to an elite level like that, it takes a long ass time. And they've had those mentors ever since they were a kid, bro. You know what I mean? So that's just a side note, right?
When I talked about success as a price to pay, I'm gonna give an analogy to really put this into perspective because it also put this into perspective for us as well. So imagine that you're the Gucci cashier, right? You're the Gucci cashier, and you see this 16-year-old kid pop out of nowhere with the swag clothes and shit, and he comes out of nowhere. Yo, how much is that shit? And you're like, oh, that shit? That's like $1,000. And he's like, okay, I want it. And you're like, okay, sure. So it's $1,000. This is the price tag. And he says, and he doesn't want to take out his wallet. He's like, I want it, but I don't want to pay the price. This perspective is to show you that most people, most entrepreneurs, they want that success. They want this financial freedom, retiring their family, being able to travel the world. This is the price. And I mean, the price is hard work. The price is looking down, being humble, being laughed at by everyone else, and grinding hard 10 hours a day. How many hours a day? Grinding and not even knowing whether or not you're going to make it the next day. Eating the same fucking food every single day. You feel like vomiting. You feel like you're going to die. And no support system at all. Your family's laughing at you like, you trying to make it? What's wrong with you? For fucking 5 years, you have to sit there. You have to grind. This is the price tag of success. Most people want success. They're just like the Gucci. They're just like the 16-year-old kid. They want to go there and they're like, I want it, I want it, I want it. Yeah, you want it. You need to pay the price. You need to give me the money. But I don't want to give you the money. Well, then shut the fuck up and get out. go to fucking go to Gati or some shit, bro.
That's so true. I like to add on that. That's not even applying to success. It's not about you wanting to be an athlete. You want to be a great student, because who knows, right? Not everyone wants to be entrepreneurs. Maybe some people, they want to be students, they want to be doctors. Cool, right? Again, you want that fucking PhD, right? You want that fucking PhD. You want the certifications there. The price is you having to fucking study, fucking stay in and study when everyone is out there partying, right? Having to show up training sessions when everyone is out there on New Year's Eve celebrating and drunking, right? You have to fucking pay this shit in order to get the Gucci shirt. If not, get the fuck out of here. No one cares. That's fact. I'm not saying this to put you down, by the way, bro. I'm not, or a lady if is listening to this. I'm not trying to put anyone down here. The truth is, you want it, you have to pay for it. That's why you don't see people at the top. And you have to, and when you start to understand this price thing, you start to respect people at the top, because you're like, oh shit, this guy paid his price in full, bro. There's no such thing as lucky or any of that bullshit, right? Don't let anyone tell you that, oh, he got up there because of luck, all this bullshit. None of that. It's all hard work that you don't see behind the fucking curtains. It's years of grinding their ass off until they become an overnight success, right? So if you're a person, chances are if you're listening to this, you want to just chase greatness, right? You've always wanted to be great in your entire life, and you just wanted to be exceptional. You wanted to do great shit. Then get ready to pay for your fucking price, bro. You know what I mean? Get ready to fucking pay for your price. Stop whining and saying that, oh, it's too expensive. Like, I want that, but I'm not willing to pay the price. That's literally most people. Don't be like that, bro. right? Because most people, they want, you hear from everyone, bro. Everyone says that I want to be rich, I want to retire my mom, I want a Ferrari, I want all this Andrew Tate bullshit, they want to fucking smoke a cigar, wear a suit and shit. Okay, bro, the price is like hard work, not knowing if you're gonna eat tomorrow, people literally clowning on you because of how dangerous of this path you're taking,
Hmm.
right? Fucking eating KFC for fucking 6 months straight, having all these issues, um, friends issue and stuff like that. This is the price you have to pay. People fucking partying for all holidays, but you're working in for fucking
Yeah.
365 days, 24/7 type of stuff. This is the price you have to pay in order to go there, bro. You think it's fucking cheap? If that was the case, there'll be many people at the top, right? When you go to your local mall, they won't even be a local mall because people won't even be in malls. People won't even be in malls. They'll be in their fucking supercars and shit. They'll be chilling, wearing nice Gucci clothes. But why isn't there many people like that? It's because there is a price associated with that, bro. Nothing is fucking free in this life. If it was really that, and that's fair. That is fair, by the way. If you want to get to a success like that, you have to pay, right? It's fair, right? Don't fucking sit there and whine. Because I used to be one of those persons like, oh, life is so unfair. Why the riches are the evil people or some bullshit like that. You can either whine about it, or you can really just start seeing it in a price perspective. Like, damn, I haven't done shit, so I don't deserve it. But look at them. They must have done shit because they have. You ask any fucking guy at the top, he'll tell you like, oh, that time I had to fucking survive. I didn't even know when the next meal was gonna come.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. So if you're a person right now just trying to achieve greatness, you're trying to go for something, trying to chase for something, well, this is your price to pay, bro. And I'm here to tell you that it's okay to pay the price because most people out there, they're telling you, oh, you're a fucking workaholic, you're working too hard, all this shit, you're taking it to extreme. If you're a fucking guy, I don't care who you are. You could be entrepreneur, you can be an athlete, you can be a fucking student, right? I still respect you if you're out there fucking grinding, right? Fucking in the library, working hard when everyone out there is fucking Instagramming and what. I fucking respect you, bro. Because you're the kind of people that it's like us willing to fucking pay the price. Doesn't matter who the fuck you are. This is not for entrepreneurs. It's for anyone that wants to chase greatness, wants to do something exceptional, right? This is your fucking price. So up to you, bro, if you want to fucking pay. Because I'm fucking ready to pay it. And chances are, if you're watching this, you're willing to pay it as well. What do you think about that, Julian?
I mean, for me, I instantly was just thinking about some more natural analogy, which is like growing a tree. It's like you want to say, I want to grow the biggest tree in the entire world, which is similar to how you want to become the greatest in the entire world. You want to be the greatest of all time, but you don't want to pour water on it.
Yeah.
You don't want to pour
It's
water on.
ridiculous. I mean, this is just ridiculous stuff that you hear these days, from people, especially these fucking 16 years old, up and coming fucking guys. They just watch a few Andrew Tate shorts from fucking Imam Ghazi bullshit, and they're like, oh, next year I'm going to be the next up and coming, but they're still fucking around over there. They're still on YouTube watching another fucking looks maxing guy or some bullshit. Like, dude, you know what I mean? You want to be that guy. You want to be that guy, but you're not willing to do the work to become that guy. You look at people like, let's look at your idols, right? Let's say you're that one guy, right? Let's look at your idols like Imam Ghazi. That fucking guy, he was grinding his ass off. You heard it. If you hear his story, he was reading a book a week religiously. He had no fucking friends, right? He was fucking broke, right? He was grown up with a single mom, broke as hell, literally asking his mom for birthday gift for fucking book coupons or whatever, and look at where he is right now. It's because he was in the fucking projects, right? He was fucking grinding when everyone was fucking laughing at him. He was fucking broke, my guy. He was fucking broke. He was not on fucking TikTok, Instagram shorts. He was in the fucking trenches grinding. And that's where he is right now. And all respect due to him, honestly. All respect due to him because he fucking worked his ass off. So are you willing to pay the same price as him to get to his level? If not, then just shut the fuck up and get out, bro. Because that's the same guy to the Gucci store. If you're not willing to pay the price, you're not willing to pay $1,000, get the fuck up, right? It's gonna call security and you're gonna get the fuck up.
Yeah.
Again, not saying this to put anyone down, but to really just pour water over your face and just show you that this is reality. It's not fairy tale or some bullshit. It's not high school romance or some bullshit, bro. This is reality. You want to get there, you have to pay the price. Let's not even talk about success. Let's talk about relationships, right? If you want to be able to have a great relationship, right? You want to have that polarity between you and your woman. You want everything to be sweet, not sour, not from fucking toxic shit. Then you should be able to pay the price as well. Both of you should be able to pay the price because relationships work in, you know,
Two
both
ways.
perspectives, right? So both has to pay the price. If not, then it's gonna fall, bro. You know what I mean? It can't be just one guy or one girl paying the price. Both have to pay the price. Both have to put in the work together to make the relationship great, right? Although I'm not really a relationship expert, I'm pretty sure that's how it works as well. right?
No,
It's a
definitely.
two-person job, not just one person giving all the way, right? But that's basically price, bro. And it's a very interesting concept which I can talk about the whole day, but we don't have the whole day right now. But the TLDR is for what you're achieving right now, right? All the hardships that you're going through is totally normal, right? People calling you, oh, you're too extreme for this, or just doubting yourself in moments where you're studying or where you're fucking grinding. You're just like, fuck, I don't know if I'm gonna make that test. Fuck, I'm studying so hard. I'm making sure that I'm doing well, but I'm scared. It's a part of the process. It's normal to be fucking scared, but it's not normal to expect the result without trying or without giving the price, basically, right? That's pretty much what I have to say about this price. What do you think, Junior?
Pretty much everything has a price. If you want that Gucci shit, you gotta take out your wallet. But if your wallet has no money, go
Bro, you
grind.
better get working. You better get working. You better get working to get that money in the wallet, right? If right now you want to achieve greatness, but you have nothing, right? You haven't built anything, well, get working, bro. Right? See you in 4 years when you start grinding your ass off and shit.
Yeah.
See you in 4 years of just being shitted on, right? Missing out many events with your friends. See you there, bro, because that is your path to achieving greatness. And if you haven't started, well, you better start working, bro.
Yeah. Take that job. Apply for that interview right now. This is your full-time job now.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's pretty much it for this podcast, am I right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, just talking about the price. I think this is like one whole topic already. But anyways, right? If you guys enjoyed that, today's podcast is a bit scruffy. I think it's because we got fucked up about our sleep or some bullshit like that. And that fucking guy ruined our fucking shit during our mid-interview, that fucking client of ours. But speaking of clients, you guys can go actually check us out at Intellectualism over at YouTube if you're interested in like what I mentioned earlier. Basically full guide human type stuff. Here is kind of like where we just chat and just have fun. If you're listening to this, I'm not really expecting you to get that much value out of it. It's mainly just us having conversation. So you can probably slide this in on your commute to work, or just anything really. Like if you want to just be cooking on a Sunday evening or before you go to bed, you want to listen to some podcast, you can just slide this in to just have some jokes, have some fun with us. And that's basically the intention of this podcast, right? It's not to be taken seriously. It's not some fucking bullshit as value team kind of stuff. No hate towards them, but this is not some value shit, right? This is just mainly just us having fun, giving some value, and just basically being loose with you guys so you guys can really see the true us, right? Compared to like us during the very like serious topics, right? But yeah, that's pretty much it, Junior. Do you have anything to add on?
Nope. Nothing else anymore.
That's it for today's podcast, guys. Remember, you guys can go check us out at Intellectualism over at YouTube, and we'll see you there. See you, boys.